go. All right, so this video is called Things That I Wish I Knew Before. I feel like it's a common struggle that's going on right now. I talk about it all the time about, just graduating and then trying to enter the workforce, and then how career might not always equal purpose, but the way that we are designed and the way that we have evolved as human beings, that's just kind of what happens to us. And we just get into this place where we're just like, if we don't have the career that we want, we feel purposeless. And I've been in that place. And I don't like that place. Okay, starting a business is like being a DJ at a party where no one likes your music. It's like, at first, how it started is that I was just, at the little turntables doing my thing. No one was in the room. And I'm like just playing my heart out, mixing new things, trying new stuff, being creative, and people were just walking by the party like, I'm not going in there, da da da. But now lately it feels like there's like one or two people in there like, yeah, and having a good time. So that was a weird analogy. It's just different. It's really, really different. And then they'll give you advice like, you can't do it all by yourself, and you can't do it all yourself. But what about when you have to? Like, that's the part. Like, sometimes fresh out of college, no money, you gotta be your own marketing team, you gotta be customer service, you gotta be HR. And I mean, you have to keep doing that anyway. And as a boss or whatever, you're gonna have to wear so many hats. But yeah, you're broke, so you're gonna do it all yourself. And I've always been pretty good at time management, but if you're not, that's definitely something that you want to touch up on. And just prioritization of tasks and all that good stuff. And another thing that I didn't know I know this video is just all over the place, but another thing that I really didn't know what happened is that you just lose energy. Like, my first month, I literally just started in August. So my first month when I started, I was like, yeah. By September, I was like, no. And now in October again, I'm like, yeah. And then it's like, it's really about balance, because, right now I'm focusing on marketing, but you don't want to do too much to the point where it's just overbearing to, potential clients and customers. And they're just like, what the heck is going on? But then you also don't want to do too much to the point where you're just like, I am so tired, because that was me in August. But that was just because I was just starting. It was all new, and it was a lot going on. In September, I was just kind of getting into a rut of feeling kind of lazy, just a little bit, and just unmotivated, and just and applying for jobs, still applying for jobs. Like, this sucks. Like, oh my goodness, graduating college sucks. Don't do it. It's a trap. It's like, no, just kidding. But no, really, like, it's rough. And then being a creative, it's even more rough. See, video all over the place. All right, focus, Milo. What's something that you wish you knew before starting in an organized manner? Go. All right, let's see. I already knew organization, time management, prioritization, just, I guess one thing I can say is that it's not going to turn out exactly how you planned it. And what I mean by that is that you can plan for things. Like, you can be the most organized person in the world, and something is going to happen that you didn't expect. Like, you might have to deal with a client that just isn't, the nicest, or you might have to do something with your taxes that you didn't know that you had to do. You might have to, I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot that just, you learn on the job. There's a lot that you can't prepare for. So don't expect it all to happen right now, but also don't be hopeless. Balance. Like I said, it's all about balance. Balance like fish. Hey. But yeah, it's not all gonna happen right now. Like, you're not gonna get 100 customers right out. You're not gonna get 100 clients like right out the gate, but you know, keep trying. Keep trying. Because eventually you'll get those 2 people in the party, and those 2 people will tell 2 more people, and then those 2 people will tell 2 more people, and then, you know, before you know it, then you'll have your 100 customers. But in the beginning, you have like 5. So it's okay. It's okay. It's all about growth. And I'm not saying it's the same for everybody. Like, you might have 1, you might have 1,000. So it's different. It really just depends. Facebook is actually really, really good for marketing. Like, really good. Like, super good. And like, the reason why I'm saying it like that is because, you know, you think that Facebook is like all played out and like it's like old or whatever, but no, like there's a lot of people on there. And then like when I made a page, I didn't have a Facebook page for my business at first, but when I made the page, it was like a lot of people liking it and like following it. I was like, oh, all right. And it's like just a nice organized like way. It's like, I wouldn't say it's more important than a website, like, or it's necessarily like a website, but it is like a website. I don't know where I was going with that, but oh yeah, that's another thing. Just some interesting things about my business. I do not have a website right now. It's that whole like coming out of college broke thing, like where I have to kind of relocate whatever my funds to the most important things, and that just, I know a lot of people are like, no, website, you must have it. But for right now, I don't have one. And yeah, we're working on it. Half because I'm a perfectionist, and the other half is because I'm broke. So yeah. You don't need a website per se, but I feel like it will help a lot. And it'll help you get a lot more serious clients. Because Instagram be playing sometimes and everything else. But anyway, so yeah, we're working on that ASAP. That'll happen. But what else? Oh, I also don't have a logo. Like, I know you're like, are you even in business? You don't have a website, you don't have a logo? But with the logo, I'm probably not gonna do one just because it's my name, videography. Like, that isn't the plan to stay there forever. So it's just like, I don't know. I just didn't make a logo. I know, I'm terrible. And also, the thing that I wish I knew is that you don't have to do everything the same way that everyone else does it. So it's like, everyone else might have a logo. You don't have a logo, it's not over. Like, you'll be okay. Like, if anything, I'm a photographer, videographer. That is my logo. That's my brand. It's terrible, but also be willing to learn from your mistakes. So if it's a mistake that I don't have a logo, I'll get a logo. Like, you know, it's not over. It's okay. Like, business is a constant, like, hands-on learning job. Like, it's not something that you do perfectly every time. It's not. The main thing, well, y'all know my channel, y'all know I love Jesus, you know, like, that's really like my primary focus. Everything that I talk about, love him, love him, love him. And one of the main things that I wish I knew is that that balance between like faith and business is often a little, it can be awkward at times, and it just feels words come out. I guess it's like how I was talking about how you don't plan for some things. Like, you don't plan for things to be controversial to your faith. Sorry, scratch. You don't plan to like maybe not be able to do something, or, you know, whatever. It's just, and then it can be awkward like with people and all that. And it's just, it can be hard to be a Christian business owner. That's what I'm saying, I guess. Yeah. And then it's like, you don't want to separate like being, you know, Christian, being, you know, having faith in God. Like, you don't want to separate God from your business ever. Like, no, absolutely not. And it's just like constantly praying. Like, I'm praying even more. I wouldn't say more, but like I'm praying, like it's like it's like extra prayers about business that I wasn't praying before. Like, I'm like, literally I consult God with everything, like every little thing that I do. Like, I'm like, all right, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do this? Like, how should I do that? Like, when should I do that? And, you know, I'm forever famous by like with saying like sometimes I'll pray and I won't hear anything. I'm just like, what do I do? But usually in those situations, it just all kind of works out. What I would say to Mila back then, who was just starting her business, is that it's gonna be like a little rough at times, and it might even get a little depressing, and your anxiety is gonna flare up a bunch, but you can do it. You're still doing it, and it's not over. So everything will be okay.